tell you a couple of my stories about procrastination. At university, I was terrible for it. And there were 6 of us in a house. 4 of my friends seemed to have no problem with procrastinating at all. Whereas myself and my friend Adam, we struggled a little bit. So you would know when there was a deadline coming up, when we had an exam or a piece of coursework due in, because suddenly our rooms would become immaculate. I mean immaculate. And Adam, my friend, was one of the messiest people I knew. Yet close to his exams, his room would be immaculate. And you'd often find us at the cinema or at Harvester, which I don't know if they still do a buffet, but we used to pay very little and have lots of food and sit there chatting while our friends were studying. And also we would just go out for walks, or we would do anything but. And one of our Fitfish team, Tracy, I'm sure she won't mind me sharing this, but when she got close to an essay not that long ago, an essay deadline or a sermon she had to write or something, she found herself clearing out all her handbags and hoovering them and cleaning her hairbrushes. I mean, that is some extreme procrastination. So what is it that you do? I'd love to hear some of your stories below. I actually find myself procrastinating a bit in the morning with a shower. So often I lead exercise classes in the morning, and I need to leave the house at 10 to 9 at the latest to get my son to school. But sometimes I find it's 8:45 and I haven't had a shower, and I really need one because whatever I'm doing at 9 o'clock involves me having had a shower. But I've put it off till that very last moment. And even in the shower, I procrastinate about getting out, and it's not until it's the absolute last moment I can get out that I do. So the result of procrastination is wasting lots of mental energy, putting something off and just thinking about it more than you would do if you get it done straight away. You end up stressed, you end up rushed, and you compromise on other things. You don't show up as a true version of yourself. And it's only by studying as an adult that I realized how much of a detrimental impact procrastination had on me when I was a student the first time round. I definitely didn't reach my full potential because I wasted a lot of time. So why do we do it? And how can we stop it? I'm going to share one thing with you today that can be really, really helpful. Well, we procrastinate to avoid pain. That's why we do it. So the first thing to do is to work out what pain you're avoiding. So maybe type that below. What pain are you avoiding? Is it physical pain? So if it's something to do with exercise or drinking more water, not really painful, but it's a bit of a physical barrier maybe, then it could be physically related. Or perhaps you perceive that the thing, so for me with showers, I find showers quite boring until I'm in them, then they're okay. The thought of going into the shower just bores me. So that's why I put it off. I'd far rather be doing other things in my life than getting into the shower. So is it that something is boring for you or perceived to be boring? Or is it that you think you might not understand something? So with your pension, with your tax returns, with a piece of admin or paperwork, is it that you just see it as this bit of a hurdle and you're worried about not understanding something, or perhaps you're scared of looking silly? So what is the pain that you're trying to avoid? Because we only stop procrastinating when the pain of what we need to get done gets outweighed by the pain of not doing it. So that's why suddenly you find yourself cramming for an exam. Suddenly you're doing your tax return at last minute. Suddenly I'm getting into the shower at 8:47. Because the pain of not doing it, the pain of turning up at a meeting at 9 o'clock sweaty outweighs doing it. The pain of not knowing anything in an exam outweighs doing it. So how can you push the pain point of procrastination so that the pain outweighs sooner, or the pain seems harder? So you want the pain of not doing it to be bigger and stronger than actually doing it. So here's a few thoughts. Can you keep to top of mind, really, really make it visible, the impact of not doing said task? So even if it is a few months away till your tax return is due in, can you just keep top of mind what will happen if you don't do it? and make that worry you more than actually doing it? Can you have some kind of accountability? So you're letting someone down. So if you arrange to meet a friend for a walk, the pain of letting someone down and feeling that you've hurt them or upset them can be strong and can outweigh the pain of actually going. I'm sure one of my group won't mind sharing that she finds packing for holiday hard and something she puts off, and I can relate to that a little bit. But she's going on holiday actually tomorrow, and she arranged to meet a friend and help them out at, I think it was a food bank, something like that. And she said if she's finished packing, she'll go and help her. And then she shared with us the other day in one of our group calls that she feels bad and she wants to go and help her, so she will get her packing done. So how can you use accountability to help? Or can you make it that you lose something for every day that goes by further? Can you lose something? Do you need to put some money into a pot? There is an app called, what's it called? Snack, or maybe someone could type that in. I'll look it up. But Stick, that's the one. It began with S and ended with K. So STICK, double K at the end, where you can arrange for money to go to a charity that wouldn't be of your choice. So perhaps it's not your child's school, but the other one down the road. Perhaps it's for a charity, a dog-loving charity, and you don't love dogs. So putting money where you don't want it to go makes things painful. Can you remember what happened last time? Last time you were too late. Last time you were too rushed. But similarly, can you think of the advantages and think how good it felt? Can you give yourself false deadlines? Can you set alarms that keep reminding you? Can you put the wrong date into your diary? Can you go to an extreme? And some people put their clocks faster, don't they? So that they feel that the pressure comes a bit earlier. So how can you increase the pain of not getting something done? Because if you keep putting it off, it's painful anyway, isn't it? And often once you get started, it's fine. It's not as bad as you thought it'd be. And the thing that you've been putting off for months, weeks, months, even years, could take as little as half an hour. So how can you make it more painful to not do it? So use these techniques to shorten and hopefully eliminate your procrastination. And that will free up mental energy, time, and will help you to be the person that you're meant to be. I'd love to know if that helps you, and I will see you soon. Take care and bye-bye.